Welcome to Education Today. I'm Evan Marino of West Shamokin High School in the Armstrong School District. Nationally, there are calls for increased school safety after the tragedy at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, where 17 students and faculty members were shot and killed. Though we cannot change the past, the Armstrong School District is currently working to increase safety measures at every campus. Today, I'm with Mr. Jason Elton, a member of the Armstrong School District's Board of Directors, discussing school safety in the Armstrong School District. Welcome to Education Today. Would you please tell us about your duties as a member of the school board?
Yes. As a member of the school board, it is our duty to add input to the vision and goals of the district. It's also our duty to ensure that the policies and procedures we have in place are in place to reach those goals and visions. We also are tasked with adopting a budget and the hiring of teachers, and that's it in a nutshell.
Please tell us about some of the recent improvements that the school district has made in improving student and staff safety.
First thing that was done this year was the addition of the tip line, which has worked very well. We've had a lot of success with it, and we have also added armed guards to every building. We had a rotation system set up, but we have now added armed guards everywhere, so that's some of our measures that we've taken at this point.
Please tell us about some of the recent improvements that the school district has made regarding school safety.
Okay, one thing that we had added this year was the tip line, which has been a big help. And we have also, since the Parkland tragedy, we have increased security by having more armed personnel in every building instead of having a rotation.
A few years ago, both West Shamokin and Armstrong schools adopted metal detectors at their main entrances. Do you think that the metal detectors are a good improvement for school safety?
You know, they are necessary as far as you know, obviously for detection and deterrence. So I think they are a necessary tool for security. We hope to see some more additional units in the future here.
Those students are required to pass through metal detectors before beginning their day. Anyone can enter the high schools without going through the metal detectors during after-school hours. Can you explain why this is?
So the issue we have with after-school activities is that there's so many activities in so many different parts of the building. It makes it difficult at this point. But as a board, we have been discussing it and trying to come up with a resolution to solve that issue.
Recently, the Armstrong School District has considered adopting the Navigate program, which works with law enforcement and teachers to help keep detailed tabs on students and classrooms during times of crisis. Can you explain how the Navigate system works and how it would be beneficial to students and faculty? Yeah,
so we are purchasing the Navigate software system. It's a software platform that will allow for easier organization of protocols and policies, so that the teachers and the staff have access to changing policies and stuff like that for security purposes. It allows the local law enforcement and the EMS personnel to have you know, like access to different parts of the building, you know, if there was a need for it during a crisis. It also allows like a tabulation of the kids for you know, anything as simple as a fire drill. The teachers will be able to calculate which kids they have in their group. You know, if somebody from another classroom or something was out walking, they can grab them and say, hey, you need to come out with me, and it's tabulated like, hey, they're with us right now. So it'll keep track of everybody, keeps track of the building, and it'll help everybody work together. So by implementing the software package and stuff and including it in the drills, it'll be beneficial to everybody.
Both West Shamokin and Armstrong High Schools have one-way driveways. Do you think that, should there ever be a crisis, the bottleneck in either driveway could lead to problems with emergency services being unable to access the high schools?
I do not. Right now, the one-way access is, you know, we've had talks with local law enforcement and EMS, and we're constantly looking for ways to improve things such as this. But the one-way access and the you know, if there's an emergency or something, being able to control one access point instead of multiple access points is more beneficial for such occurrences.
So you'd consider a one-way driveway to be almost an advantage?
I think it is an advantage, yes.
I hope you're enjoying this edition of Armstrong School District's Education Today. After a short break, we'll continue discussing school safety with Mr. Jason Elkin.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Hello, I'm Cindy McCrae, Director of Arc Manor Addiction Recovery Center. Arc Manor is committed to confidential quality services 24 hours a day, including fully licensed residential, partial hospital, and outpatient treatment programs. With 39 years of experience in addiction treatment, Arc Manor puts an emphasis on the needs of special populations including women, co-occurring disorders, and adolescents. For more information, call 724-548-7607 or 800-323-1333. Brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
Vince Mercury, Executive Director of The Open Door. Worried, scared, confused, not sure where to turn for help? The Open Door, a behavioral health organization, has a full range of addiction counseling services and mental health crisis intervention services which may be able to help. Call 724-465-2605 or 1-877-333-2470. The Open Door, steps towards hope, courage, and recovery. Brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
We're back with the Armstrong School District's Education Today. Mr. Jason Elkin of the Armstrong School District Board of Directors is here with me to discuss ways in which the school district wants to increase student and faculty safety on its campuses. Mr. Elkin, according to a recent analysis by concealednation.org, Armstrong County was named the 4th most heavily armed county in the United States. Do you think that this statistic is concerning in relationship to the safety of schools in the district?
I do not feel that that's a concern for safety for the area schools. Whether Armstrong County is number 1 or last place, it takes an evil person to commit the acts that we've been seeing in the news as of the last couple of decades. So the number of guns themselves do not cause concern for me.
State Senator Don White has recently introduced a bill to the state Senate that would allow for the arming of select teachers with guns in case of a crisis. Has the Armstrong School District considered providing teachers with any weapons in case of an attack?
We have actually been looking over all of our options. We're trying to make sure that there's no stone left unturned. As far as you know, risking safety or compromising our safety and security, there are some things that we can't discuss. But as far as that goes, you know, it's something that had been mentioned. A lot of detail has not been discussed about it.
How does the school district plan to provide transparency to students, parents, and the general public about precautionary measures that are going to be taken in the district?
So after the tragedy there in Parkland, a letter was sent out to the parents encouraging them to call in and discuss security and stuff with our administrators. So, you know, we're open about our policies and our drills and stuff. There's some things that we can't discuss with the public and compromise our safety, you know, for obvious reasons.
Does the district have any plans on increasing funding towards school safety?
Yeah, so we already increased funding for this year by putting more armed guards in our all of our buildings, and we plan on purchasing the Navigate. We also plan on purchasing more camera systems and also some communication add-ons.
How will the district cover the expenses regarding the new funding?
So that will be discussed in the budgeting talks, which have yet to take place.
Should schools in the district be able to independently create their own plans and strategies to help ensure campus security?
Each building right now already has their own plan. When you look at things such as geography, grade levels of students, you know, staff on hand, stuff like that, we have to have a separate plan per building, so that we can, you know, a blanket plan wouldn't help everybody. You know, if we did a blanket plan, it might work for Armstrong High School, but it might not work for West Shamokin, you know, with police being more readily available here. So we have to have a separate plan for each building, so we already do that.
Are you satisfied with the level of security in schools in the district? How would you change policies regarding school safety?
I'm satisfied with what we're doing and the steps we're taking to increase our security. Being a father of 2 girls in the district, I find school security very important to me. So I definitely am satisfied with the steps that we're taking. As far as the second portion of the question there, some things I would look into would be perimeter security or something like that, something of that nature. But you know, there's a lot to it, and like I said, each location is going to be different, so that you have to look at it as a whole. So there's definitely a lot to it, and we're taking strides to get there.
Do you think that if a crisis were to happen today, the schools in the district would be able to handle it and respond appropriately?
I'd like to hope so. There's a lot of outside organizations, you know, local police departments and EMS and stuff that need to work together on that. You saw in Parkland where there was an issue with the police department. I don't think that here we would have such an issue, but you know, it's something that makes you think anyway.
Thank you, Mr. Elton.
You're welcome.
I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Education Today. I'd like to thank our guest, Mr. Jason Elton of the Armstrong School District Board of Directors. Our thanks go out to the TV production students of West Shamokin, led by their teacher, Mr. Nick Lamantia. They were our film crew today. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district, and have a great week.
I'm Sierra Boyer of Armstrong High School. Talent Talk is a show where we will be going inside Armstrong High School and discussing topics as the students are talking about today. The goal is to spread awareness about issues that relate to today's students. On today's episode, we will be talking about gun control issues. The most recent tragedy involving guns was at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida on February 14, 2018. 17 people lost their lives and over 15 were injured. Nicholas Cruz, 19, told the police he was responsible for the shooting and added that he hid extra ammunition in his backpack and shot students in the hallways and on school grounds. This incident has once again sparked the debate over having stricter gun laws. We went out into the halls to see how our fellow students felt.
Hi, I'm Hannah Flick, and I'm here with
Joseph,
Michael Geidel,
Nate Bailey,
Marissa Bell.
Cameron Cooper.
Have you heard about the school shooting in Florida?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Absolutely.
I have.
Do you feel like more gun regulations will help prevent the mass shootings?
I don't think they won't, because sure, you can take away the gun from the people that want them, but then they'll just find other ways to get them, and then there'll be more shootings, and then people won't have anything to defend themselves because more gun regulation.
I feel like it would benefit it a little bit, but not as much as people predict, because you can always illegally buy guns.
It might help get rid of like a couple, but it's not gonna stop all of them.
Not really, no, because I feel like if a bad person wants to get a gun, they're gonna get a gun no matter what laws are out.
What do you think the government could do?
They can try to prevent with like noticing signs before it happens, but other than that, it's like in this day and age, it's more or less gonna happen, which is sad.
I don't think they can do anything, honestly. It's the person's mindset.
What can schools do other than, lockdowns and...
I mean, they can do the same thing like the government, just like I just said. They could kind of watch for signs in kids that might be going off the wall or something like that to maybe stop it before it even happens.
I think that if teachers had a permit to carry guns, then they could carry a gun in school. Someone breaks in, they already got a gun, security guards got guns, we're good to go.
I feel like they should be better at the metal detectors and stuff and do a better job, because it's pretty poor right now.
Do you feel safe here at Armstrong?
Not really. Security guys don't really do a good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do. I think the security guards do a good job, and it kind of scares the kids away from doing stuff that they would normally not do.
Yeah, but if they had guns, the teachers, we'd be golden.
Do you think the school prepares us enough?
I would say that they have enough security officers in case there would be a shooting. I mean, we shouldn't need too many officers, like a whole group. Like, we have like 4 already, that should be plenty enough.
Kinda. Not really, though.
I don't think anyone's prepared, but I guess we'd be all right.
No.
Thank you, Hannah. Here with me is Anthony Wolf, a student here at AHS. Thank you for coming in to talk, Anthony. Have you heard about the recent shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida?
I have. Yeah, it's been all over the news. I don't know how anyone hasn't heard of that.
Is it surprising to hear about another mass shooting so soon after the one in October in Las Vegas?
To be honest, I don't think so. I believe people need to either control these other people, the government needs to control these other people somehow, whether it be controlling more gun regulations or just controlling these people, because if they can't have the guns, then they're going to find other ways to cause terror.
Right. What is the main problem when it comes to school shootings? Almost always after mass shootings, people bring up the topic of more gun regulations. What do you think more gun regulations means?
I believe, as I said before, more gun regulations, it might prevent some people from doing it, but these people that are just out there to cause problems and terrorize other people, they're going to find more ways to cause that terror or inflict that damage. They'll, whether it be a bomb or even a knife they bring into school, just some examples, they'll find another way.
Right. Armstrong County ranks 4th in the nation for a percentage of homes to report gun ownership, according to the recent ranking from City Data. Nearly 58% of homes report gun ownership in the country. according to the ranking, which was compiled using federal census data. Knowing this, do you believe it's more likely for us to have a mass shooting than any other place?
I don't believe so. As I said before, these people, they'll find other ways, but I think in Armstrong County here, I just can't really see it happening because we're in such just a neighborly area. We have Ford City, Katanning, Elderton. We just have all these places that they seem so friendly. I just can't see anything like that happening.
Do you feel our school adequately prepares us for a school shooting?
I don't think they adequately prepare us at all, to be honest with you. I think that we need to have more drills in case something like this did happen. Because I'll be honest, I'll bet you those kids that when they went to school that day, they didn't even think of having something like that happen, and they weren't prepared.
Right. What do you think that the school could do to help keep us students safe?
Well, I think they could have more drills, just assure us more, maybe once a semester have a drill. Okay, in case this does happen, this is what you got to do. And reiterate to the people, if you see someone with a firearm in the school or a weapon, do not try to approach them. You have to get away as soon as possible. Just get away out of the school, out of danger.
One argument that has came up a lot when talking about this is if teachers should be allowed to have maybe a handgun in their classroom. Do you think that that is a good idea?
That's definitely up for debate. I would not mind see that happening, to be honest. I believe that if we do background checks on teachers and we check the teacher and make sure that they are stable themselves, they're not gonna be any problems with it. Occasionally, you might get, a teacher that comes up with a bad background check with firearms or something, but I think that would be a good idea. I think that would maybe scare students from even attempting or thinking about something like that.
Okay, do you have anything else you want to talk about this?
No.
Okay, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank the TV production students here at AHS for being our production crew today. They were led by their teacher, Joshua Miklos. Please join us next time for another look into Armstrong Junior Senior High School. For more information about this show, please contact Mr. Chris Garatano on the AHS website.